Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 post-game show. This is the powered by Permane Brothers. This is the NS9 podcast presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. And Jim, we got a Pirates victory today. 2-0, they beat the Nationals with Carmen Mlodzinski giving 6 innings of relief.
Yeah, it was a quick game. Pirates won 2-0. Get your hashtag Raisits in there. I'll say this. Number 42 for both teams pitched an outstanding game. Got this game over with super quick.
Stop it. I had a quote tweet Alex Stump for that stupid joke, and now you're next. Anyways, though, but yes. It was a good game. It was really nice to see. It was like you said, quick. It was easy to watch, but the Pirates also won that made it good. But also, I just want to say this. Don Kelly, a lot of scrutiny over last night's game. Him managing, doing too much per se. The Pirates, losing the game. And then he follows up that with not having Carmen Mlodzinski start. He has Mason Montgomery. Jesus, I'm all over the place. He has Mason Montgomery. He had Mason Martin starting today. Big slugger in the minor leagues, couldn't make it, but hey, found a new way to make it as a major leaguer.
Found a home as a dominant lefty reliever.
Yeah. So Mason Montgomery starts today, and of course, everyone's wondering, oh, here we go again. Just the stupid opener. What are we doing here? Jimmy made a short on it, and ultimately, it seemed as if it worked out very nice.
It worked to perfection. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It worked perfect. And yeah, we can get into the reasonings, but if you kind of watch, I put out a video earlier today. I'll say this. I hate the opener. I think it should be outlawed. It's not real baseball, in my opinion. I want to go back to the old days where starters just pitched 6, 7, 8 innings all the time. Like, back in my day. That is my probably biggest old man yells at clouds thing is we need starting pitchers to pitch more innings nowadays. But you know what? This is a thing that's allowed. It's smart in certain circumstances, and it was really smart to do today. The Washington Nationals have some pretty good left-handed hitters in their lineup. You look at James Wood, you look at CJ Abrams, you look at Dalen Lyle. Those 3 guys mash righties. Or what is Carmen Mlodzinski? He's a righty. So if you could get on the other side of those guys before putting in Mlodzinski, then it makes sense to do it. And on top of that, it also means, and you saw it today, Carmen Mlodzinski was able to go deeper into this game because he didn't have to face James Wood a third time. He didn't have to face Dalen Lyle a third time. They didn't get up. He wouldn't have had to pitch to those guys until the 8th inning. So he was able to go all the way into the 7th inning because of the way things lined up. Again, I hate the opener and everything that it stands for, but it has a purpose and it served that purpose today, and it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly today.
So let me say this. I don't hate the opener, but I get it. Now, I don't want the game of baseball going to everyone pitches 2 innings. I want a starter, right? In a sense, though, the design of this is for this game, exactly how it came about. Carmen Mlodzinski, for one, struggles going through the third time of the lineup. Now, obviously, when you go to the third time of the lineup, you reach the top of the order. That part's usually pretty good, right? So if you're going to third time, that's an easy way to knock you out. Like you said, this is a good way of going through the third time of the order, but not facing the heart of it until the second time, right? So if you want to go deeper in the games, you get the hard part out of the way, and then you're going to third time on the lesser talent per se. If you get there, if you're lucky enough to get through it, right? So it is a way of lengthening your start. It absolutely is. That's where Carmen struggles. So what do? You eliminate the struggle. You make it easier. If he were to go 6 today and Mason Montgomery were to come in afterwards, that's what happened, except it was reverse. The difference, though, is if Montgomery didn't start, there's a good chance Mlodzinski only goes 5. Now you're adding more, to the bullpen, which again, that bullpen could certainly use the help today. So I don't hate the opener, if it's done right, done well. I don't need it for everybody. Like Paul Skeens does not need an opener, but like Carmen Mlodzinski is a perfect candidate for the opener. And especially because the top of the order was a very heavy lefty. That's where his struggle kind of comes into. So go ahead and get, Montgomery in the best possible situation for him, facing those guys, which he did a fine job of. And now Carmen go cruise, which is exactly what he did. Perfect.
Yep. Again, like the people he faced 3 times today were the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Without an opener, he's facing the 1 hitter, James Wood, who hit a ball almost out of the ballpark against him. 2, 3, 4. Like he's just facing better hitters if you kind of reverse this. And like you said, he maybe gets knocked out of the game an inning earlier. So yeah, it worked out perfect. It couldn't have gone better. Shout out to, Mason Montgomery did a great job of setting the tone. He did give up that double in the first inning, and it was like, well, if he gives up a run here, then that's no good. But he was able to put up a 0 in that first inning, get on the other side of James Wood and Dalen Lyle, and then give way to Mlodzinski. And Mlodzinski was just outstanding all night long. It was just a really good game for the pitchers in general. And we talk about how just walks have been just a disaster for this team up to this point. And only 2 walks today by the entire staff, and those were both by Mlodzinski, but you can take those if he's only going to give up 2 hits over 6 innings. So yeah, great job. Montgomery, Mlodzinski, Soto, Santana, all of them did really, really well. I do want to point out Mlodzinski's most used pitch today, the splitter. He threw it 42% of the time. And he really just like spammed lefties with that pitch. He threw that pitch 30 times to left-handed hitters today. Only 4 times to righties, but he got 4 swings and misses on it, 9 swings and misses total on the game. The velocity carried all the way into the end of the game. He actually finished the 7th inning. His last inning was the highest velocity he had all game on his fastball. So like he kind of got stronger as the game went on. It was a really good performance by him, by everybody. And the Pirates are now 4-0 when Carmen Mlodzinski pitches. They're 4-0.
It's the great.
Yeah. And it's also not like the Pirates are scoring a ton of runs for Mlodzinski either. Like you look at Skeens on one hand, they've scored, I think, 7 or more runs in every Skeens start.
Where does that come from? But yeah.
In Mlodzinski's 4 starts, the Pirates have scored 4, 3, 2, and 2. 4, 3, 2, and 2. And he's 4-0. The Pirates are 4-0. Back-to-back 2-0 wins in Carmen Mlodzinski outings.
So all you're trying to say is Carmen Mlodzinski is able to do something that Paul Skeens could not overcome last year. So Carmen Mlodzinski basically better than Paul Skeens as a starting pitcher, essentially.
I'm not saying that exactly, but Carmen Mlodzinski, 1.77 ERA. Paul Skeens has never done that.
So we're proving that he's also better than Paul Skeens. But you're right, man. Yeah. Like, and that's why I say the great dilemma of Carmen Mlodzinski, because you look at this bullpen and it's like, damn, like this bullpen could certainly use a Carmen Mlodzinski right now. If he was in that bullpen, there's some games this team could have won. But then you look at Carmen Mlodzinski in the starting role and you see how he's, I'm going to say it, thriving. It hasn't been perfect, but for a number 5 starter, this is a number 5 starter quality, innings he's putting up there. And you said like they're 4-0 in these games. So in the same mindset, if Carmen Mlodzinski isn't the 5th starter right now, they're probably not 4-0 either. You know what I mean? Like it's like the record, honestly, he's probably done them better as the starter. Like the record, even with the bullpen mishaps in situation, the record's probably better with him as the starter right now than if he were to be the reliever and maybe it's Jose Urquidy's number 5 starter. Because like if he is, you show those run supports, the run support, you show those runs they scored during Mlodzinski starts. If Urquidy's the 5th starter, are they maybe 0-4 in those games? You know what I mean? So like, again, like that's the dilemma. I know a lot of people side that he's best suited as this bulk innings reliever, and I tend to side with that. But I'm starting to lose sight of that as we continue to see him start and say, you know what? This isn't anymore just fine. This is actually good. This is good. Dude, this team has 5 studs right now as far as their starters, not just 4 and give me a 5th. Like there's 5 studs.
They're good. Like, I mean, plain and simple, these guys are good. This is a really good pitching staff. It's a really good starting rotation. And like I said, we gave Don Kelly a lot of second guessing last night. I wasn't on the post game, you weren't on the post game, but I think there was some questioning of his decisions last night. Tonight, he did everything perfect when it came to handling the pitching staff.
Not a complaint in the world. And again, with Mason Montgomery starting, Carmen Mlodzinski taking over. And someone put in the chat here too. Like I hate the whole now this like becomes like part of stats stuff. Like, oh, he's the first reliever since it's like that's the part I hate about the opener. He's still the starter. He's still the starter. Don't put him in bullpen stats now because of this. That I hate. But he came in, like it was just perfectly executed. This shows exactly why the starter became a thing. Shout out to Tampa Rays for mainly really hammering this. I mean, this has been done in the past before, but they made it a new thing. Once again, the Pirates have kind of utilized it. And like I said, this was a perfect scenario. It was executed perfectly. And on the same side, like the offense did enough. This wasn't a high-powered offense. This wasn't the one where they came out and just obliterated the other team. They did enough, and then the real bullpen came on and held it down. I mean, it was just a 2-0 ball game, 2-0 very early. The Washington Nationals could have came back at any point in time and tied this game, or took the lead or whatever, and they stepped on their throats. They made sure that didn't happen. Again, Gregory Soto comes in, Dennis Santana comes in, all do their part even afterwards. This is the really good game.
Yeah, I mean, this was like a 2025 Pirates win, sort of. They scratched across a couple runs early in the game, and then they put up 7 straight zeros. Like the offense only had 5 hits today. Like this game was won on the backs of the pitching, and we've said it all offseason where if they could just get a little bit more offense, they're gonna win more baseball games. But their pitching is good enough just to win some games by itself. And that's really what today was. There wasn't really anything going on offensively today. Ryan O'Hearn had 3 hits. But outside that, like that was it. Ozuna had an opposite field knock. Nick Gonzalez got an RBI on an infield single that CJ Abrams really didn't play all that well. But yeah, like the offense kind of went to sleep this game. Is it 5 hits only? They did have 3 walks too. Brian Reynolds had a nice game in terms of the walks he got on base 3 times. But yeah, I mean, this was a game. The pitching flat out won this game.
For sure. That's what we knew this team was going to do anyways. It's just the offense is those games that when they do give up 4 runs, 5 runs, like they still can go ahead and win it. It's funny you say that though, because I felt like the theme, it was one thing. It's not that it's annoying. It's just like every time I come on here, and that's just because of the way they're playing. It's like, well, this is the game the 2025 Pirates would have lost. And well, this is the game the 2025 Pirates would have lost. And it's true. And ironically enough, well, this is one where they would have won.
Maybe, but like, yeah, I mean,
that's the thing, like we know the pitching is good. That was their forte here. And yeah, that pitching will win it, but it's also nice that when they need offense, it's also there as well. That's what makes this team a little bit more complete right now. That's why they are right now 11-7. They're in first place. This is a very good team. This is a solid team. I'm going to get too far ahead of myself here. This is a very solid team. And, that they're showing that they can win it in different ways. This early in the season already, they're showing a multitude of ways that they're able to win ball games. We've seen it where they had an outburst of runs. Now we're seeing it when it's just 2 runs that they need and they can shut this team down.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, that just goes to show it, like the offense is better and they're going to win more games because the offense is better. But there's going to be days where the offense doesn't show up. Today was one of them. And you got to be able to win some of those games when the offense doesn't show up, and the pitching is good enough that they can win some of those games. And today was that. So,
right. Like you said, lucky enough they had Carmen Mlodzinski up there to do that, unlike a Paul Skeens.
Yep.
Shout out to Lisa, by the way, for the $4.99 super. Not only did the Bucks win tonight, I am filing my last tax return as I write this. Woohoo! I know she's excited.
Yeah, that is big. That is big. Yeah, I mean, going back to it, I just can't say enough about this pitching staff. I want to talk about Gregory Soto too. You know, I think there were some. Tyler had differing opinions from me on Gregory Soto. I was a huge fan of the Gregory Soto acquisition. Tyler said it was a waste of money. So far, seems like I'm correct on that one. So I just want to make sure everybody remembers that. But another, he's been money. I mean, he's now 9 2/3 innings. He struck out 15 batters. He's only given up 1 run on the year. Been just outstanding against lefties. He's been a really, really good setup man, and somebody who they've used in the 9th inning a couple times as well.
That's why you and I did like the signing. You know, when it broke in the winter meetings and we talked about it, we had Alex come on as well for a little bit. Like we did like it. And one of the reasons you like it as well is because he does have some closer experience. He was with the Tigers. He was an all-star. You know, like you trust him enough that he can be used in a plethora of ways. And that is what's nice. You know, when Dennis Santana can't come in and close it out, there's still him there, and you trust that. So, you know, he has done a fantastic job so far. Again, like he's shown some arachnus. You know, he had some walks early on. He's not perfect, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But over a course of a season, he's going to help this team out way more than he's going to hurt this team. So, yeah, at this point in time, the 0.93 ERA, he's been a reason why this bullpen has been as good as they have. And then the next guy, Dennis Santana, just, I mean, gosh, talk about not being able to say enough, you know, good things about someone. I mean, Dennis Santana just continues to win over Doug's heart. Like, he's just so good. Comes in too, just shutdown inning. His ERA now in the year 1. His career ERA, the Pirates, it keeps lowering and lowering and lowering. It's just baffling, like how good he is, because you're putting him in the names of the Melancons and just going down the list of relievers that this team has had that's been, you know, shut down over these past few decades. He's up there with them.
Yeah, I mean, he just throws strikes, right? Like he throws strikes. He locates well. He's got a pretty decent slider that he can throw where he wants to throw it, and he just induces weak contact. I mean, his strikeouts aren't any. He's 6 strikeouts in 9 innings. It's not like that's anything crazy. He just, people can't hit him. And a lot of pitchers with really good stuff, I think, could learn a lot from Dennis Santana, where it's like, hey, if you can just, like, you don't have to be perfect. Like, they don't have to be perfect pitches. If you got good stuff, throw it in the zone. And like I said, Dennis Santana's stuff isn't even that nasty. It's like his stuff plus is pretty pedestrian, especially for a reliever. It's 93. His slider is his best pitch, but like the other stuff really isn't anything special. It doesn't grade out special in any sort of way, but he locates it. He throws strikes, makes people put it in play, and they can't hit it.
For sure. Absolutely. And again, 9 innings. He has on the year 2 hits. 2 hits.
Yeah, 2 hits.
He's not the overpowering guy. He's not, you know, a Aroldis Chapman who's coming here tossing 100 miles an hour and such. You know, that's why I find like it's just funny because like he's the one that kind of gets looked over and over again because he's not out there overempowering guys, but he just gets the job done, and he's done it for a long period of time. So having him and Soto in that back part of this, you know, bullpen, it's shown it's been pretty damn good.
Yeah. One quick note on Soto. There's only 3 relief pitchers in baseball with more strikeouts than Gregory Soto right now. 2 of those are named Mason. There's Mason Miller and Mason Montgomery. So he's up there. He's striking people out. Mason Montgomery, that stuff's just nasty, just flat out nasty. If he can, same thing. If he can be anywhere around the zone, he's so good. He's got over 18 strikeouts per 9 innings right now. Mason Montgomery,
yeah,
18.36 Ks per 9.
Fair. You did forget the third though. Mason Martin.
Yes. How could we forget?
How could you forget? But yeah, I mean, again, that's the thing about Mason Montgomery. When they had that trade, you knew he has nasty stuff. You know, you get the strikeouts. It's the walks. Well, how's he gonna handle the walks? And that's been an experience. We've had some very successful appearances and some that are very, very shaky. But today, as you mentioned, to go back to it, I mean, he definitely performed in that first inning.
Yeah. First inning, if we just want to kind of touch on that, because that's where the only offense happened. It didn't start out great. I mean, O'Neal Cruz struck out, Brandon Lau struck out. So it was a really rough start to the game for the Pirates offense. But then Brian Reynolds worked a walk, his first of 3 on the day. Ryan O'Hearn with his first of 3 hits. Marcell Ozuna's getting going a little bit. He got another hit there. Singles in Brian Reynolds. I mean, for essentially what ended up being the game-winning RBI. And then Nick Gonzalez, beats out an infield single. So a good little 2-out flurry there for the Pirates after starting off not that great in the first. You would have loved to have seen them add some more throughout the game, but the fact that they were able to get 2 runs in after strikeout was nice.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's something the 2025 Pirates wouldn't be able to do. but right, right off the bat, 2 strikeouts, and it's like, oh, here we go. But they're able to string some things together. And once again, of course, who's the big part of that? It is Ryan O'Hearn. I mean, we talk about him, I think, 9 in, 9 out. Like, that's just the Mr. Consistent. He's involved in everything good, barely anything that's bad on this team. And yeah, he comes through today with 3 hits. His batting average back up to 333 on the year. Awesome. I mean, overall, the offense, 7 Ks on the day. It wasn't like they were striking out a ton, too. They were making some contact. Cruz looked kind of iffy, but he had 2 strikeouts today, no hits. But what I do want to say, too, is to go back with Ozuna. Like yes, that he hasn't turned it on yet. It's not like, oh, okay, he's broke out. He's the guy that you wanted to see sign for the DH role. But there are signs. There are signs. He is looking a lot better right now. He's not striking out a ton or anything. Not that he really was before either, but he is making a little bit better contact. I think, like, let's go back to last night when Tyler was talking about, like, I wouldn't be surprised if a month from now we're talking about Connor Griffin going on a tear. Again, not saying that Marcell Ozuna is going on a tear, but I could almost say the same with that. Like, if in the next month he is on a tear, at this point in time, I wouldn't be surprised in that sense. He does look better at the plate, making a little more contact, harder contact. So there is that. And again, like, if he does get going, that's just a whole nother aspect of this offense that, just becomes more complete.
Well, the other thing too, what's been nice about he's still, I don't know if he's heating up. He had 1 hit today. He had 2 hits yesterday. He had 1 hit the day before. So he's on a 3-game hitting streak. We'll give him that. What's been nice,
that's
though,
doubled his season output.
Right. What's been nice, though, is that the hits are coming in good spots. Yesterday, RBI. He was 1 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Today, he was 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position. So if you are going to hit 118, make those hits count. Because before, he was really costing this team some opportunities to score some runs the first 2 weeks of the year. So it's been refreshing to see him come up in spots where he needed to get something done, and he got it done these last 2 games.
Correct.
We're still playing right now if Marcell Ozuna doesn't get a hit.
Yeah.
First
right.
inning, so.
I just wanted to see something real quick here because, again, like, correct. However, in like the past, oh shoot, now I missed it. I think it was 5 games. He has five hits over 100 miles an hour. 5 events.
5 batted balls.
5 events. Right. So again, like, he is looking better at the plate. He has been hitting the ball a little bit harder, making more contact, not striking out as much. So again, that's all that's all I'm saying. He has looked better recently.
He's looked better. He's looked better. I agree.
Which, again, he needs to, and this offense surely could use it, because again, you add him, get back to, I mean, again, if he at least provides last year's stats, which was a down year for him, but we talk about even that guy this year adds on to this offense in a tremendous way that, it's an element that they didn't have. So again, if he can get going, we already see what the pitching's doing. That offense, to add that bat into it as well with what they're already producing with, like, this team becomes a little bit more complete. So just
Well,
want to give a little bit of shout out to Marcell Ozuna right now. If he's heating up, he's looking a lot better.
yeah, and not even just complete, but like, I mean, let's be real. O'Neal Cruz and Brandon Lau aren't going to be, like, I think that we're going to see good seasons out of those guys, but like, they're not going to have like 1,100 OPSs. I think we can probably say that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, those two are going to cool down a little bit. And we've seen how streaky Lau has been already this year, just in, 3 weeks. But when those guys aren't being otherworldly, you need other guys to hit. And so like Ryan O'Hearn's kind of been that steady hand all season long. Brian Reynolds has been pretty steady for the most part all season, except like the very beginning. And so it would be really nice if those two were to start cooling off a little bit, which is bound to happen. I mean, it's bound to happen. Brandon Lau is not going to hit 3 homers every 2 games. Having Ozuna heat up and kind of make up for that would be really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, outside of that, very, very solid game. Got to give more shouts to Carmen Mlodzinski, and that's a whole other conversation, but he's making this whole decision of when Jared Jones comes back. Interesting. Like what does happen? I think a lot just assumed Carmen goes to the bullpen. At this point in time, there's talks, there's debates of what's going to be best for this team. Carmen just going back to the bullpen doesn't just seem like just a sure thing.
Can I just say something? I don't like these talks at all. I don't think we should just be assuming that the 2026 Pirates are going to be like the first ever starting rotation to just never have injuries either. Like, stuff's going to happen between now and then. Like, let's not act like this. The Pirates aren't going to be the first team ever to have 5 people only start games. Like, there's going to be things that come up. You're going to need arms. This conversation about like, what do you do when Jared Jones comes back? You know what? We'll figure it out when that happens. Who knows?
But what I'm saying though, Jim, I think it's fair to say though is I think the assumption though is like Carmen goes to the bullpen.
Maybe
Jared
Carmen's
comes back and there's a healthy rotation, like he
mean,
goes to the bullpen. And right now, the way he is pitching, he's giving every argument that he stays in a rotation.
I guess I'm just like, I don't care right now what happens when Jared Jones comes back. Do not.
I'm just trying to give props to Carmen in saying that. Again, he's pitching his ass off. He's proving himself that he deserves to be in this rotation. He's not an afterthought. He's not just the filler of when guys come back. I belong here. So with that said, though, if you haven't gotten your hashtag Raise It's in, go ahead and do so. We're going to give away some sandwiches. 2 winners are going to win. We have 4 to give away, 2 apiece. Right now, there's 167 entries. So going to get those in. And Jim, what are we doing tomorrow?
We got a day game. So we actually got a lot of stuff happening tomorrow. We've got a episode of Offbeat coming out tomorrow morning with Alex Stumpf. We've got a day game, so we'll have a post-game show following that, hopefully celebrating a series win. Me, you, we're going to be traveling. Doug, Neil, all going to be traveling in. So we're not going to have an NS9 live, but we are going to have a WNS9 Plus where you and I sat down with Pirates general manager Ben Sherrington. So that will air tomorrow evening. And yeah, hopefully, FanDuel's got the Pirates at minus 166 tomorrow. They're favorites. If they give me a 50% profit boost, I'm probably going to take that too.
Are you just going to continue to try to speak these into existence?
You know what? They keep coming through with these profit boosts when I need them. So yeah, I'm trying to speak that into existence.
I love it. You're going to add plant allegations with us in FanDuel now.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get it. We got 169 entries. Let's go ahead and draw our very first winner of the night. And of course, if you haven't yet, go ahead and like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. Get those notifications on when we go live. Our very first winner. What a name. Nivlem Pittsburgh Mopo.
I think it's Pittsburgh Emo something. Emo-po.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, congratulations. Email
Wherever
North Shore 9, all one word, northshore9@gmail.com. Email us and we'll get those sandwiches out to you.
There it is. All right. let's go ahead and get our second winner. Got some more entries. We're now at 171. So the last winner of the night is Starship Velvet. Congrats, Starship Velvet. Congrats, Emo Pittsburgh. We appreciate you guys. You guys got getting fed tonight. So go ahead and make sure, again, if you don't have the Brady Brothers app downloaded, make sure you download it. Sign up for them. Whatever email you have associated with it, let us know in an email, northshore9@gmail.com. We'll get those out to you within the next week, typically. You'll have those on the app so you can get your free sandwiches. Jim, Pirates win again. They're still in first place. I believe the Reds won again, too, so that makes them both tied. So, hey, first place Buccos, though. How about that?
Tied for first place Buccos with the Reds, 11-7. The Pirates are apparently the only team who can beat the Reds.
Yeah, with ease. No problem. Just the Reds.
But no, win tomorrow. Take this 4-game series. That would be a really nice start to this homestand. If you take tomorrow's game, then a 5-2 homestand is pretty realistic. And yeah, you love to see that.
Things you love to see. We'll be at the tailgate Saturday at noon. Make sure you show up. Canal Street lot. Paul Skeen's bobblehead. Plenty of sandwiches. Plenty of fun. We'll see you guys then. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you guys. All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.